for a Durango that we've recently completed for the Americus hose company. You don't get to see that many Durangos, but when done properly, they make a great platform to work off of. We have a Satina push bar up front, and we've mounted a Phoenix Apollo 400 light stick. It's a red and white dual color light stick. In position 2, it's only red, and when you bump it up to slide switch position 3, it adds in the white. There's also another mode that will allow a full white flood of the light stick. And underneath the light stick, you're going to see the 2 Triton speakers. We have a Whalen 295 SDA switch box, which actually allows us to play 2 different tones simultaneously out of those siren speakers. As we wrap around to the side here, still focusing in on the push bar, we've mounted the Apollo F6 surface mount modules to the side of the push bar. This allows for side warning and also an alley light on the push bar. When you press left alley, this will illuminate steady white. Because the vehicle does not have a light bar on it, you do not have an alley light. Speaking of the light bar on this vehicle, it's an interior light bar. It's also from Phoenix. It's their Apollo series, so it's a dual color interior visor bar. Full white flood capabilities as well, which can be really nice for a fire department, especially this vehicle having the possibility of being the first one on scene. They get some lighting there right away to kind of see what's going on. As we come back the side of the vehicle, we have a Canon 120 red-white, and we have the Whalen Lin SV2 mirror lights. These are nice, and they actually have a puddle light underneath them. When you turn on the alley light in the vehicle, will shine down on the ground for the personnel that's getting in and out of the vehicle. It helps eliminate any tripping hazards. As we pan back the vehicle here, a nice graphic package done here in-house by Market Graphics. In the back window, we have a Phoenix Apollo F6 in red amber. For side warning, being there's no light bar, the Durango is a very long vehicle, so it really helps get the rear end of the vehicle seen and noticed. We have a Phoenix Apollo 600 light stick mounted behind the rear glass. This is a dual color, so it will flash red and amber, and it also has an all amber traffic arrow pattern, so you can go left, right, center out to let traffic know which direction you may want them to merge. Mounted beside the license plate, we have the Apollo F6 red amber lights. When you tap the brakes in this vehicle, they will actually stop flashing, come on steady, do a double pulse, and stay steady red. On emergency vehicles, when all the lights are flashing, it can be harder and harder to tell when the vehicle is braking. So having some of these lights stop flashing and help notice that the vehicle's braking can be a very nice added safety feature. Now lower on the bumper, we have a Whalen Ion grommet mounted on either side, and this is for added rear warning. Sometimes you may see us put lighting that when you open the rear hatch, you have ions recessed in the hatch trim when it's open. On this vehicle, we've done this down low, because when you install these lights in the trim on the rear hatch, when the hatch is closed, you're not gaining any warning from those lights. So in this situation, you have warning when the hatch is closed, and when the hatch is open, you still have warning flashing to the rear of the vehicle. Now we're going to hop inside and take a look. Alright, here we are inside the vehicle, and this is a Havas vehicle specific console made specifically for the Durango. It has cutouts for the auxiliary port, USB, and memory card. It also has factory cutouts for the drive selector in the Durango, and most of the newer Dodge products, it's now a rotary knob instead of the traditional lever on the shift column. It retains a little storage pocket here, and as you work back the console, we have that Whalen 295 SDA control box. And here you see you have the 3-position slide switch. It has an additional 8 buttons that we can program to do whatever features the customer may have or may request. We have the left alley, the right alley, the takedowns and the flood features that we're going to show you kind of separately with this, so you can kind of understand what we mean by dual color and the flood capabilities of the lighting. And now for the simultaneous tones. Here we have a whale and something else simultaneously from one another. In the back here we have an armrest, and we'll be mounting the radio right here underneath the armrest. The Durango console, actually, because you have all of this factory equipment in the front, you have to mount the emergency equipment a little bit further to the rear. Now let's look at what we've done inside the rear hatch of this vehicle. When you open the rear hatch, on the Durangos, they've included these small factory dome lights back here. And what we've done is actually added 2 auxiliary dome lights that in this configuration with white work in conjunction with the factory's dome lights. And in red, the factory dome lights turn off and our red lights illuminate to help when they're doing things at night. There's also a mode here that will have everything off in case for some reason you would not want your dome lights on. That is an option. So we'll leave those on white. And now we're going to look at the Just Box It that we've made here for the customer. 911 rapid response Just Box It. We have all kinds of organizers and different solutions for your vehicles. We have here a compartment that can be locked away. So if the customer has to store anything valuable or anything out of sight, they can simply do that, take the key, and it's now secure. We have an adjustable shelf here, so the customer can either raise or lower the shelf for their different needs. This compartment was made specifically for a certain piece of equipment that they have, so we make these boxes custom for your application. And this box actually has another compartment in the front that I'll show you here as we work around to the front of the compartment. Alright guys, here we are in the rear passenger compartment of the Durango. We've kept the passenger compartment open, that way the customer can transport their personnel if they have the need to. On the Just Box It, we've designed a special compartment here in case they'd want to store an AED or something that you may need rapid access to. The rear seat simply can fold down. You can grab your equipment and go. On the side of the Just Box It, we've mounted the Kuzmal auto charge system, which allows the customer to plug this vehicle in when they're in a station. The auto eject port is on the front driver's side fender, and it will charge and maintain the batteries for them. When the vehicle is started, even though this is a push button vehicle, push button start, as soon as you press that button, it will eject the auto eject cord, and you're on your way.